In question 4, the problem statement says, find the least number which must be subtracted from each of the following numbers so as to get a perfect square. So we have these 5 numbers which are not perfect squares. For each number, we have to find the smallest number that we can subtract from the number to get a perfect square. And then we also have to find the square root of the perfect square so obtained. So what we will do in each case is that we will apply the division method of finding the square root, and we will obtain a non-zero remainder because each number is not a perfect square. That non-zero remainder is the number that we can subtract from the original number to get a perfect square. So this is what we are going to do. So let's start with the first part. In the first part, the number that we have is 402. Now let's apply the division method to this number. So we put a bar over 02 and then we put a bar over 4, and now we can apply the division method to find the square root. So in the first step, we have to find the largest possible digit whose square is less than or equal to 4, and that digit is 2 because 2 square is exactly equal to 4. So the divisor in the first step will be 2, and this will also be the first digit in the quotient. And 2 into 2 is equal to 4. Now we subtract 4 and 4 gives us 0, and then we take these two digits 0, 2 and we bring them down, and that gives us 0, 0, 2. So the dividend for the second step is 0, 0, 2, which is simply numerically equal to 2. And what about the divisor? What will be the divisor for the second step? Well, the divisor, to get the divisor, we take this digit 2 and we double it, and that gives us 4. And now we have to find the largest possible digit, which will go here to the right of 4 and also here as the second digit in the quotient, such that the product of this number here and this digit here is less than or equal to the dividend, which is 2. And clearly that largest possible digit can only be equal to 0, because 40 into 0 will be equal to 0. And we can't take a digit larger than 0 because then the product will become greater than 2. And now if we subtract, we obtain a remainder of 2, and no more digits are left in the original number. So the division process can stop at this point. So we have obtained a remainder of 2 and we have obtained a quotient of 20. What does this mean? This means that the number 402 is not a perfect square because we obtained a remainder of 2. But if we take away this remainder of 2 from the original number, we will obtain a perfect square. And what will be the square root of that perfect square? It will simply be equal to this quotient that we have obtained, which is equal to 20. And you can verify this from the original number 402. If you subtract 2, you get 400, which is a perfect square because the square root of 400 is equal to 20. So the answer to the first part is the least number that you can subtract is 2, and the square root of the number so obtained will be 20. This is the answer for part 1. Now coming to part 2, the number in part 2 is 1989. So let's apply the division method to this number. So we put a bar over 89 and then we put a bar over 19, and now we can apply the division method. So for the first step, we have to find the largest possible digit whose square is less than or equal to this number under the first bar on the left, which is 19. And that digit is equal to 4 because 4 square is equal to 16, which is less than 19. But if you take the next digit 5 square is equal to 25, which becomes greater than 19. So the divisor in the first step will be 4, and this will also be the first digit in the quotient. And 4 into 4 is equal to 16. Now we subtract. 19 minus 16 gives us 3, and then we take these digits 89 and bring them down, and that gives us the dividend for the second step, 389. Now to calculate the divisor for the second step, we take this divisor in the first step 4, we double it, that gives us 8, and now we have to find the largest possible digit that will go here to the right of 8, and that will go here as the second digit in the quotient, such that the product of this number here and this digit here is less than or equal to 389, and that largest digit is 4, because 84 into 4 will be equal to 336. But if you take the next digit 5, then you will find that 85 into 5 will become greater than 389. So you can't take 5, you will have to take 4. Now if you subtract 389 minus 336 gives you 5 and 3, so it gives you 53, and now no more digits are left in the original number, so the division process stops at this point, and you have obtained a quotient of 44 and a remainder of 53. So clearly the number 1989 is not a perfect square, because we have obtained this non-zero remainder of 53. But if we take away this number 53 from 1989, we will get a perfect square, and the square root of that perfect square will be 44. So the answer for part 2 is that the smallest number you can take away is 53 to get a perfect square, and the square root of the number so obtained will be 44. And if you want, you can verify this. 1989 minus 53, this will be equal to 1936, and this is the perfect square of 44. Okay, so that completes part 2. Now coming to part 3, the number in part 3 is 3250. So let's apply the division method to this number. So we put a bar over 50 and over 32, and now we can apply the division method to calculate the square root. Okay, in the first step we have to find the largest possible digit whose square is less than or equal to 32, and that digit is 5, because 5 square is equal to 25, which is less than 32. But if you take the next digit 6, then 6 square is 36, which becomes greater than 32. So the first in the divisor in the first step will be equal to 5, and it will also become the first digit in the quotient. And 5 into 5 is equal to 25. Now if you subtract 32 minus 25 is equal to 7, and then you take these digits 50 and bring them down, and you get 750 as your dividend for the second step. And the divisor for the second step will be, how will you calculate that? Well, you will have to take this divisor 5 from the first step and double it. That gives you 10. And now you have to find the largest possible digit that will go here and that will also go here, such that the product of this number and this digit here is less than or equal to 750. And that largest possible digit is 7, because 107 into 7 is equal to 749. So just a little less than 750. But if you had taken the next digit 8, you will overshoot 750. So the digit you have to take is 7. Okay, and now if you subtract, you get a remainder of 1. And because no more digits are left in the original number, the division stops at this stage, and you obtain a quotient of 57 and a remainder of 1. And we see that the reason 3250 is not a perfect square is because we are getting this remainder of 1. So if we take away this remainder of 1, we will get a perfect square, and the square root of that perfect square will be 57. And you can verify this. 3250, if you subtract 1 from this number, you will get 3249, and this number will be exactly the square of 57. So the answer for part 3 is that the smallest number you can take away is 1, and the square root of the resulting number will be 57. So that completes part 3. Now let's do part 4. The number in part 4 is 825, and we will apply the division method to this number. So we put a bar over 25 and then a bar over 8, and now we are ready to apply the division method. So in the first step, we have to find the largest possible digit whose square is less than or equal to 8, the number under the first bar. So that largest possible digit is 2, because 2 square is equal to 4, which is less than 8. But if you took the larger digit 3, the next digit 3, then 3 square is 9, which becomes greater than 8. So you will have to take 2. So 2 becomes our first divisor and also the first digit in the quotient, and 2 into 2 is equal to 4. Now subtract 8 minus 4 is equal to 4, and we take these digits 2 and 5 and bring them down, and that gives us the dividend for the next step, which is 425. What about the divisor of the next step? Well, we take this divisor 2 from the previous step and double it, and that gives us 4. And now we have to find the largest possible digit, which will go here to the right of 4, and it will also go here as the second digit in the quotient, such that the product of this number and this digit here is less than or equal to the dividend 425. That largest possible digit is 8. You can find it out by a little bit of trial and error. That largest possible digit is 8, because 48 into 8 is equal to 384, which is less than 425. But if you take the next digit 9, 49 into 9 becomes equal to 441, which overshoots 425. So we will take the digit 8. So 48 into 8 is equal to 384. And now if we subtract, we will obtain 425 minus 384. This will be equal to 41. And at this point, because we have no more digits left in the original number, the division process stops at this point. So we have obtained a quotient of 28 and a remainder of 41. And because we have obtained a non-zero remainder 41, the original number 825 is not a perfect square. So if we take away this remainder 41 from the original number, we will obtain a perfect square, and the square root of that number will be 28. And you can verify this. If from 825, if you take away 41, you will obtain 784, and this number is the perfect square of 28. So the answer for part 4 is that you can take away the least number you can take away is 41, and if you do that, the square root of the perfect square so obtained will be 28. So that completes part 4. Now we finally come to part 5. The number in part 5 is 4000. Okay, and to apply the division method to this number, we put bars over 00 and then over 40 like this. And now we are ready to apply the division method to this number. So in the first step, we have to find the largest possible digit whose square is less than or equal to this number under the first bar, which is 40. And that largest possible digit is 6, because 6 square is equal to 36, which is less than 40. But if you take the next digit 7, then 7 square is equal to 49, which becomes greater than 40. So the divisor in the first step will be 6, and this will also be the first digit of the quotient. Now 6 into 6 is 36, and if you subtract 36 from 40, you get 4. And now we take these digits 00 and bring them down, and that gives us 400 as the dividend in the second step. What about the divisor in the second step? Well, we take this divisor from the first step, which is 6, we double it, and that gives us 12. And now we have to find the largest possible digit, which will go here, and it will also go here to the right of 6, such that the product of this number here and this digit here is less than or equal to 400. And that largest possible digit, you can verify it by a little bit of trial and error. You can find it. That largest possible digit is 3, because 123 into 3 is equal to 369. Okay, and now if you do the subtraction, you obtain a remainder of 31, and no more digits are left in the original number now. So the division process stops at this point, which means that we have obtained a quotient of 63 and a remainder of 31. And because we have obtained a non-zero remainder, the original number 4000 is not a perfect square. But we can subtract this 31 from 4000 to get a perfect square. And if we do that, 4000 minus 31, this will be equal to 3969, and this is the perfect square of 63. Okay, so the square root of the number obtained by subtracting 31 will be 63. So the answer for part 5 is that the smallest number you can subtract is 31, and if you do that, the square root of the perfect square so obtained will be 63. That completes part 5, and with that we have completed question number 4. To learn more about how Cuemath can help you crack school and board exams, explore Cuemath Leap, a live online classroom program run by highly experienced and committed teachers.